You're sitting on your couch, maybe watching TV, maybe scrolling through your phone, and you feel it. That strange, quiet pressure. You look up, and there's your dog. Completely still, eyes locked onto you, not barking, not whining, just staring. Deep, unblinking, almost eerie silence. And for a second, you laugh it off. You say, "What do you want, buddy?" But they don't move. They just keep staring. Here's what I need you to understand right now, that silence is not random. That stare is not nothing. And one of the reasons your dog does this, scientists only discovered it recently, is so disturbing, so unexpected, it genuinely shocked the research community. By the end of this video, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Stay with me, because point 5 is going to hit you somewhere deep. Let me ask you something honest. How many times has your dog stared at you, yawned, and you just looked away, or laughed, or said, "Stop being weird," and went back to your phone? Most of us do it. We brush it off. We assume they're bored or hungry. But here's what nobody tells you. What even experienced dog trainers get wrong. That silent stare is one of the most loaded signals your dog can send. Dogs don't have words. They can't tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, I need you right now." All they have is their eyes. And when your dog locks onto you without making a single sound, they are not being weird. They are communicating something your brain was never trained to receive. The tragedy? Most owners go their whole lives never learning what their dog was actually saying. You've been receiving a message every single day, and deleting it without reading it. That changes right now. In this video, you're going to learn the 7 real reasons your dog stares at you in silence. Some are beautiful. Some are shocking. And at least 2 of them, I guarantee, you have never heard before. These aren't guesses. These are backed by animal behavior science, neurological research, and studies that left scientists stunned. Pay close attention to point 3 and point 5. Those 2 will shake you. Let's get into it. The first reason your dog stares at you in silence is because they are reading your emotions faster than you feel them yourself. Dogs have spent over 15,000 years evolving alongside humans, and in that time they developed something extraordinary. The ability to decode human facial expressions at a neurological level. A landmark study from the University of Helsinki tracked dogs' eye movements using the same technology used in human psychology research. The finding was astonishing. Dogs scan human faces the exact same way other humans do, merving between the eyes, the mouth, and the brow to read emotional states. But here's where it gets serious. Dogs can detect the microshift in your facial muscles that happens a full 2 to 3 seconds before you consciously feel an emotion. Your dog knows you're about to cry before you know. They feel your anxiety spike before your mind registers it. That's not loyalty. That's biological wiring that no other animal on Earth has developed specifically for reading one species, us. So when your dog is staring at you quietly, they are not waiting for food. They are diagnosing your emotional state with a precision that puts most humans to shame. And what they do with that information? That's point 2. The second reason will genuinely shock people who think dog behavior is simple. When your dog locks eyes with you, their brain floods with oxytocin, the same bonding hormone released between a mother and her newborn child. But here's the part that stopped researchers cold. Your brain does the same thing simultaneously. A study published in the journal Science proved that mutual eye gazing between dogs and humans creates a biochemical loop. Oxytocin rises in both species at the same time, reinforcing the bond with every second of eye contact. This is the only known case in the animal kingdom of a non-human species triggering this hormonal response in humans through eye contact alone. Wolves, the direct ancestors of dogs, cannot do this. Chimpanzees, our closest biological relatives, cannot do this. only dogs, because they evolved specifically to bond with us in ways that bypass language, bypass logic, and go straight to the oldest part of our brain. Every time you look away from your dog's gaze, you are cutting short a biological bonding moment your dog deliberately initiated. That stare is not passive. It is an act of love at the chemical level. Don't cut it short. Now this is where the video takes a turn most people are not ready for. The third reason your dog stares at you, and I need you to hear this carefully, is because they may be sensing that something is medically wrong with you. And they are trying to warn you. This is not myth, this is documented science. Dogs can detect changes in human body chemistry through scent, or shade of, including the specific biochemical signatures released before a seizure, during a blood sugar crash in diabetics, and in the early cellular stages of certain cancers. Multiple peer-reviewed studies have confirmed dogs can smell lung cancer, breast cancer, and prostate cancer with accuracy rates above 90%, for any medical test catches it. But here's what scientists discovered more recently. When a dog detects these changes, they often respond not by barking or acting out, but by going still and staring directly at their owner. That intense, quiet, locked gaze. In some cases, your dog is trying to get your attention. They are alerting you in the only way they know how. There are documented cases of dogs who stared so insistently at one part of their owner's body that it prompted a doctor's visit. Which revealed a tumor in the exact spot the dog kept watching. If your dog stares at you differently than usual, fixated, unblinking, almost urgent, brained, do not dismiss it. Your dog might be telling you something your doctor hasn't found yet. Now, before we go deeper, and points 4 and 5 are the most emotionally powerful ones left, I have to say this. What you are learning right now is not common knowledge. Most dog owners will live their whole lives thinking the stare means, feed me. You are in the minority of people who actually want to understand their dog at a deeper level. The next 2 points are the ones people screenshot and send to their families. So pay attention. The fourth reason is one that will completely reframe how you see your dog's personality. Sometimes your dog stares at you in silence because they are grieving. And they are looking at the one person they believe can fix it. Dogs experience grief. Real, neurological, documented grief. When a family member leaves, whether a person, another pet, or even a shift in routine, dogs enter a state of emotional mourning that mirrors human depression at the brain chemistry level. During this state, behaviorists have observed a striking pattern. Dogs will seek out a specific person in the household and stare at them in prolonged silence, not because they want food, not because they want to walk, but because in their grief, they are looking at the one being they trust most, hoping, in the way animals hope, that you will make the pain stop. You are their emotional anchor. When everything in their world feels wrong, they find your face and hold it. Because you are the one constant that has never let them down. Most people see this stare and think nothing of it. But your dog is in pain, and they chose you to sit with them in it. The fifth reason is the one I promised. This is the one that stays with people. This is the one that made me rethink everything about the human-dog relationship. In the wild, direct, prolonged eye contact is one of the most dangerous signals an animal can send. It means aggression. It means challenge. It means I am about to attack. Every animal instinctively knows this. And yet, Narnov, your dog looks at you. Directly, for minutes at a time, without flinching, without aggression, with total, open vulnerability. Do you understand what that means? Your dog is overriding a 15-million-year-old survival instinct because of how safe you make them feel. They are doing something their biology tells them is dangerous. Because their heart tells them you are worth the risk. Researchers at Yale's Canine Cognition Center found that dogs in this state of prolonged, calm eye contact show brain activity nearly identical to securely attached human infants gazing at their mothers. Not similar. nearly identical. Your dog is not just an animal that lives in your house. In the deepest neurological sense, you are their parent, their safe world, and their reason to override fear. That stare is the most vulnerable thing they can offer. And most people look away. The sixth reason is uncomfortable because it means you may have been missing a cry for help. Dogs who are experiencing chronic anxiety, undiagnosed pain, or deep psychological stress often communicate through sustained, silent staring. This is different from the warm gaze. A distress stare is rigid. The body is stiff. There is no soft blinking, no tail movement, no relaxed jaw. It is the gaze of an animal that doesn't know how to say, "I am suffering," and is looking at the only person they believe might figure it out. Studies on canine chronic stress show that dogs with anxiety disorders fixate visually on their primary owner up to 3 times more frequently than calm dogs. If your dog has been staring at you more than usual lately, and something just feels off about it, take it seriously. Book a vet visit. Check for pain. Evaluate their environment, because that gaze might be the only alarm bell they have, and it's been ringing. The seventh reason, and this one is simple, but it deserves to be said, is presence. Your dog stares at you sometimes for no medical reason, no anxiety, no grief, no biological loop. They stare because you're there. Dogs do not think about yesterday. They do not worry about next week. They exist entirely in the current moment. And in that moment, you are the most real, most important thing in their reality. A 2019 behavioral study found that dogs, given a free choice between exploring a new environment and staying near their owner, chose their owner the majority of the time, out of fear, but out of preference. When your dog stares at you in peaceful silence, they are practicing the thing humans spend years in therapy trying to learn: being fully present with someone you love, without needing anything from them, without going anywhere. Your dog has already mastered it, and every quiet stare is them doing it, with you. So here is what I want you to take away from this video. That stare is never nothing. It is a reading, a bonding ritual, an early warning system, a grief signal, an act of radical vulnerability, a distress alarm, or simply presence. Your dog has no words, but they have never stopped talking to you. Every silent stare has been a sentence. You just didn't have the translation. Now you do. The next time your dog's eyes find yours across a quiet room, don't look away. Don't laugh. Hold it. Because in that moment, an animal is choosing to make themselves completely vulnerable in front of you. And that is not something that happens in nature. That is something that only happens between your dog and you. If this video changed the way you see your dog, please subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel reach more dog owners who need to hear this. Share it with someone whose dog stares at them and they never knew why. And drop a comment right now. Tell me, does your dog stare at you? And after watching this, what do you think they've been trying to say? I read every single comment. I'll see you in the next one.